I want to do a short video on something because I think it's really important. It's something that needs to be addressed because in the comments that I'm getting, not in the last video so much, but in other videos, there seems to be a lot of misunderstanding about judging, what it means to judge another person. Now, if I'm ever guilty of that, I'm in big trouble. Meaning, if I'm guilty of judging someone's heart, or if I'm guilty of judging um, how God sees them, how Jesus sees them. That's dangerous. What I give to you is signs that help you to determine, where you are in your walk, where I am in my walk with Jesus. It applies only to me, and then you can let it apply to you if you wish. Now, but there is a thing called bad behavior, wrong behavior. Um, if my friend is living in adultery, I'm not gonna say, "Oh, that's okay, James or Jack or whatever." You keep doing that. I'm sure God will forgive you in the end, and it's just okay. No, I will say, that's not a good idea, Jack. You better get out of that relationship, or it can jeopardize your eternal soul. To his face, straight to his face, not behind his back. But at the same time, I'm still loving my friend, completely loving my friend, and praying, that he gets away from this dangerous situation. I do the same to me. Okay, um, I'm harsher on myself if I see myself doing some sinful action. I mean, I got upset at someone the other day. I yelled because I went off because they had so swallowed so many of the lies and been so taken, and I just went off, and that was wrong because it wasn't done in love. Even though what I was saying was true, it was wrong. Okay, because it was anger, it was sinful. So yes, I beat myself up about that, but at the same time, we should love ourselves too. Why? Because we're redeemed by Jesus Christ. Because we're made new in Him, and He loves us. So are we to be greater than Him and not love ourselves? No, I think we need to love ourselves too. We need to love all men for His sake. But that does not mean we can't judge actions and say that's a bad action. How we do it, how we say it, now that's very important. Never go behind a person's back. Never tear down a reputation. Never engage in gossip. If you see sin in your brother, go directly to your brother. Confront him and no one else. It's no one else's business. Ultimately, it's between him and God, too. So let's say, for example, my friend says, "Well, Bruce, you know, I see what you're saying, but I'm going to keep living in sin with this woman." I'll still love him. And I'll say, "Well, don't ever come looking for me seeking approval because I can't give that to you. But I am your friend and maybe I can help you in some other way." The reality is there's probably going to be uh, a gap between us after that. But do you understand what I'm saying? So I've made my point clear. I'm only interested in judging his sin, nothing to do with him as a person, nothing to do with his heart, and at the same time, not knowing exactly what's going on in his heart and in his relationship with Jesus Christ. Okay, I know where it would be for me, where I'd be, straight straight on the path to hell because I can't live like that. I could never live like that. My conscience would drive me crazy. Even if I've had thoughts that have led towards that kind of thing, I have to repent of those thoughts quickly. And in my case, if there was a woman who I was greatly attracted to who was already married, I couldn't be around her. I couldn't. That's just the way I am. I'm just that wired that way. And I would have to avoid her at all costs for the sake of my soul, avoiding the occasion of sin. But I'm not beating myself up. I'm just judging that action, and that action in my friend who insists on living in adultery. Okay? But still loving him. Do you see what I'm saying? There's a huge difference. And it's just important clarification because I'm always being accused of judging. and saying that this person's going to hell and that person's going to hell. No, I never did that. In fact, when I talked about this, I said that's up to God, the final decision. I know this is wrong, okay? I know what it is. But the final decision is in God's hands on everything. And I'm making that clear again because we can't judge someone's final destiny. If we do, we're playing God. And we'll end up in hell. All end up in hell. So there is a distinction, though, between an action and a person, a deed and a heart. And you just separate the two. It's not rocket scientists, but some people find it very complicated. Just